All right, welcome back to the bond series. If you made it to video three, you're doing amazing. You've already learned what a bond is and the different types you can invest in. Now it's time to understand something really important. Obviously, people want to get paid when they invest. Now we're going to be talking about how bonds actually pay you and what people mean when they talk about things like interest yield and coupon rates. Now, these terms may sound complicated, but by the end of this video, I guarantee you'll be able to read a bond listing and know exactly how much money you could earn. And as always, we'll use clear examples and real life situations to make it easy for you. All right. First, let's talk about coupon payments. This is the interest that a bond pays to you, the investor. The term coupon comes from the old days where bonds were physical paper certificates with actual coupons you clip and take to the bank to get your interest. Today, it just means the bond pays you interest, usually twice a year, every 6 months. Example, if you buy a bond with a coupon rate of 5% and a face value of $1,000, that means you'll receive $50 in interest each year. That's $25 every 6 months. These payments are fixed, they don't change. That's one of the reasons bonds can bring stability to your investments. Always getting fixed payments and fixed income. It's always a great feeling. What's the total annual? So let's see if you can pay attention. What's the total annual coupon payment on a $2,000 bond with a 4% coupon rate? Give you time to think about it. Well, 4% of $2,000 is $80. So you'll be getting $40 every 6 months until its maturity date. Now, let's talk about a yield. This is a term you will hear all the time when people talk about bonds, yield. Coupon rate and yield are related, but they are not the same thing. Coupon rate is the fixed interest the bond pays based on its face value. Yield is how much you're actually earning based on what you paid for the bond. So let's break it down. If you buy a $1,000 bond with a 5% coupon for exactly $1,000, your yield is 5%. But if you buy that same bond for $950 and you still get $50 a year, but now your yield is higher than 5%. If you buy it for $1,050, your yield is lower than 5%. This is called current yield. Here's the formula. Current yield equals the annual coupon payment divided by the price you paid. For example, a bond with a $60 annual payment bought for $960 is a 6.25% current yield. Imagine two bonds. Bond A, 4% coupon, $1,000 price. Bond B, 4% coupon, $900 price. Which bond gives you the higher yield? I'll give you some time. All right, it's bond B because remember, we're buying it for a lower price. Let's take it up a level. Another important concept is yield to maturity. Yield to maturity is a total return you'll get if you hold the bond until it matures, including all the coupon payments and any gain or loss if you bought the bond at a price different from its face value. Why is yield to maturity helpful? Because it gives you a full picture of what you will earn over the life of the bond. Example, pay attention to this. You buy a 5-year bond for $950 and it pays $50 in interest each year, and at maturity you get $1,000 back. Yield to maturity includes both that $50 a year and the $50 profit you make when you get the face value. Yield to maturity is more a little bit more complicated to calculate, but it's the number most investors look at. Remember, many websites and brokerages calculate this yield to maturity for you. Just remember, yield to maturity assumes you hold the bond until maturity and reinvest interest at the same rate. Now let's talk about how often you get paid. Like I said, most bonds pay interest twice a year, but some pay quarterly, monthly, or even just once. Treasuries and corporate bonds usually pay every 6 months. Some bond ETFs or mutual funds pay monthly. Example, a municipal bond might pay you $20 every 6 months. If you have five of these bonds, you're getting $100 every 6 months. What could you do with that money? Would you save it, reinvest it, use it for bills? This steady income is a big reason why retirees and conservative investors love bonds. All right. Let's walk through two real-world bond investments to tie it all together. Scenario one, you invest in a 10-year US Treasury bond with a 3% coupon, buying it at face value. You receive $30 a year for 10 years, and then you get your $1,000 back. Easy, predictable. It's pretty safe and very steady. Scenario two, you find a corporate bond with 6% for $920. It matures in 5 years. You get $60 a year in interest and make it $80 when it matures. Your yield is higher, but you're also taking more risk on the company. Which would you choose? Well, that depends on your goals and comfort with risk. Remember, all these investments just tie into how much you're willing to invest and how much you're willing to lose in order to win. Reinvesting your interest payments, called compound interest, can really boost your returns over time. So let's recap. Bonds pay you through coupon payments, usually twice a year. Yields depend on what you paid for the bond and how much you receive. And yield to maturity tells you your total return if you hold your bond to the end of its life. In our next video, we'll take a closer look at bond prices and how they change with interest rates. Ever wonder why bond prices go up when interest rates go down? We'll break it all down in the next video. Thanks for watching.